Hey guys, MercRS back with another CV game, and this one we're going with the Implacable. So I've been playing Implacable quite a bit lately, just to try and get some recordings in here, and they haven't been very entertaining that much, but we still do okay, but just not entertaining enough because this is kind of a grinding ship that you have to wear down an opponent on. But this one did stand out, so I wanted to share this one with you. So as you can note real quick here, on this battle we've got two CVs, we are top tier, and we are facing a couple of German battleships over there, so that's not good for our bombers, but we're going to see how we can leverage those as much as possible. I want you to take extra attention and pay extra attention to some of the decision making I do here, because it's going to be very important throughout the battle. There, you'll note that I did do a pre-drop because he did have a fighter and DFAA, so there's no chance I'm going to get a second strike. So pre-drop, pretty standard. Here, I do see that it is our CNOP and Pensacola. Pensacola is actually a decent player, navigated, so I feel like I can move up just a bit and see what we can do. I know that we are limited. We only have 3 ships here as opposed to the 3. Potentially 4 if one of the enemy CVs does play this side. So we have to kind of keep that in mind. Worst case, I can always back up on this CV and try and reposition elsewhere. Planes are too slow, so I can't really get to the other side and focus the other side. I really just want to focus on the end I'm at because these planes are just so slow. Here, I do go for the strike just regardless. Because these bombers are going to have plenty of time to reload. They're not going to be used very much against the German battleship there and the Fuso because of their lack of pen. So I'm perfectly fine not pre-dropping there. I wanted to also test and get that fighter cleared off by getting it attached to those planes. So just kind of some forethought there. The enemy CV did pre-drop, so I know he's smart, so if I drop those fighters, they aren't going to catch very much, and I'm not going to be able to use them to their maximum capability, so I decided not to drop it, even though that's why I planned to fly over there and drop it for. I dropped that one there, or no, I didn't drop that one there, but I do go for this ship with my torpedo bombers, because it is very fast. It is storming up here, and I do want him to turn around. He does take a shot at me, nothing serious, but it is something we want to focus on because he is so close, because he is strong ship, and yeah, if he gets too close, he can really start hurting me too. So I do note that B is being taken by something, and it's not the Hipper. In fact, there's a Nuremberg there, so those two could potentially get to me if the Leon is AFK, which at this juncture I did think he was. So I'm just kind of taking into consideration I need to hit this guy as much as I can with this drop and then redirect my efforts into the center. So I do start backing up because if CNOP shows too much broadside to this guy, then I'm going to be in real deep shit. So we do start backing up, and we got to go check what's going on over here. Really hoping that the other side can do some work. So it's nothing I can have an effect on. I can only really operate over here. I decided because there's 2 cruisers over here and Leon is not AFK, but I do need him to operate on this end. I'm dependent upon his efforts. I decide I do need to run right now. I do, as a matter of fact, call out to him, basically just to make sure he is looking over here because I'm not sure what he's up to. And Harbin is here, actually taking some shots over here too, so I'm not as alone as I think initially. We do get our 2 strikes off on this guy, on this Hipper, so the rocket's pretty effective versus the cruisers with lack of DDs to hunt. Genocide is running, so nothing to really be concerned about. I do pre-drop because this guy's probably got his fighter going now. And he does operate with DFAA, so just going to do the 1 pre-drop, and yeah, there's a DFAA on him, so get our lanes lined up as much as we can. He does turn, so he does mitigate that to only 1 fire. We do take out rockets because torpedoes would be a little overkill, I think, potentially. I just want this guy to die. So I know the rockets were very effective on him, So let's definitely hurt him. I definitely keep turning, trying to show as much least amount of ship as possible to this guy. Implacable does have a very high citadel, so you really don't want to show broadside too much to enemy ships, especially guys that are definitely going to be targeting you. So yeah, we do our hit right here. And I try to fly away, but these planes are just so slow. So it's an advantage and a curse. They are good for DD hunting, but fighters can latch on, so we do have to recall those. We're just not going to be able to get anything done on them. I dropped these torpedoes in the event those fighters did not lash and start shooting, which they didn't, so I want to cut my costs as much as possible here. Leon does actually do a good strike and finishes him off. I see right now that our Pensacola is against Fuso. He's not going to survive no matter what I do. Here, I think, as long as I keep rocks in between me and Fuso, he's not a threat to me. But I do need Nuremberg to die. So I don't know if I'm still dependent on Leon here to help me out with Nuremberg if I want to try and do a move up. So right now I'm just trying to play it safe, reposition, back off, get away from this guy, and you know, just thinking long term, you know. So we do get a hit, and it does get our flood. He does end up healing that pretty quickly. You know, but we do still pretty good max damage on him. If you note, but on that drop prior, we did drop early because he was already turning. So it's perfectly fine to just drop early because you could potentially get a better hit and line up better on your next strike. We do pre-drop here, and we do go for this good carpet bomb because this guy does have the fighters up in the air. But he does get nuked by Leon, so good job by him. Now I know that as long as I keep rocks between me and Fuso, he is dead. We do give a quick compliment over to that guy because we did need him to do that. And now we can operate on this end pretty... and we are pretty much untouchable against Fuso. Like, Fuso's tier 6 versus tier 8 carrier. It does not have good AA, being the Japanese battleship that it is. So this guy's pretty much dead in the water without any help. I mean, maybe for him, you know, you can say CVOP and stuff, but also, I mean, I took into account what ships are here. Did he? Like, he's against a tier 8 carrier. He's by himself. Like, maybe he shouldn't have been so far back initially and been closer with his allies, maybe, or maybe because of his slow speed, he could have repositioned onto more of the middle line instead of the outside. Yeah, that's, you know, thinking ahead in battleships. You really have to do that. So, you know, you can say CVOP, and yeah, they are in some respects, but there are ways to mitigate that. And planning ahead is very important. So right here, again, I can't, I need to get up there and really start getting some work done because we are not winning the other side here. I need to clear this Fuso out as fast as possible, as efficiently as possible, so that means not wasting planes and really just trying to make sure my planes are going to be ready for the future battles to come. Fuso, I don't know if he turns on a priority sector or not. If he didn't, then that's a mistake. I hope he did. It looks like he did, yeah, considering how those are going. So, but yeah, I mean, there's really nothing he can do at this point. The mistakes have already been made. So, I'm gonna get up there and try and get as much, try and reduce the time it takes to get to him and leverage that rock. I'm actually gonna jump ahead in time here because, yeah, all that happens is me just torpedoing that guy to death, basically. So Asashio does get caught by a torpedo by Akazuki, so we are good there. The game is still pretty much in the same situation as before. We are trying to move up and get this cap, and now we are trying to operate over there as fast as possible. Yeah, our attack planes are the slowest cruise speed. Next to the Graf Zeppelin, they have the slowest cruise speed here, so it really sucks. I don't know what the hell our other CV is doing. He's flying this way for some reason. I don't know. just wasting time. So it's basically 1 versus 2 in that respect. Right now, I'm just going to try and get over here and get some eyes going. I don't think I've ever seen a fighter drop by our Lexington, but I don't have full vision, so I'm not going to knock him too hard on that. We do try to protect Leon here, but we see that the enemy CVs are actually pretty smart guys. So we drop it ahead. This is like textbook. We want to drop it ahead to where he's going to be when the planes come to him. So I think he's turning in to face them, so I've dropped that kind of right there. Maybe I should have dropped it a little bit more up front. But look at how smart these guys are. So this Lexington player actually drops the fighter in such a way, or he flies around this circle and approaches from the back. And the Chekhov is just not going to be caught by fighters, period. So unfortunately, that guy does go down despite whatever I can do. And that's why fighters are kind of useless against smart players, because they know more about fighter management and plane management, and the power of what a fighter can do, that they can negate its effects. So unfortunately, we do lose Leon there. Rest in peace. Implacable here, we do slow down because I do want to try and get this cap. We are going to need it. I think. So yeah, right now we are taking our torps out. My plan here was to target a CV that's isolated, but these guys are, again, smarter than your typical guys, so that's not going to work out too well. Right now, I'm just praying to Lord Jesus that these guys can run and stay together as much as possible to share AA and shoot down as many planes as they can. There's no point in me trying to save this Lexington I've found myself, so I'm not about to go out there and try and drop fighters to protect him. Right now, we need to get the kills. We need to build up a point lead if we can. We are ticking, and the time is running. Mackinson does not have the health to survive for much longer. So yeah, it's kind of a problem here. Let's see. So Chekhov is right there. We do have a heal. Right now, I think let's just focus on this guy who's most isolated and work him out. So yeah, we do drop fairly distant to him because he's already turning pretty much. So maybe at least one torpedo can hit him, and we can at least get this drop lined up better. So that's what we go for. And I know I'm not going to be able to get a good second drop. Again, we're not wasting time trying to follow along with those planes. You got to be confident in your shots. Right now, I'm trying to go for the B cap as fast as possible. And also, we are getting closer to our allied CV as much as possible. Mackinson and Lexington are not close enough to each other, so that's kind of a problem. That's why I typed to them again. But Lexington, I guess he doesn't know what he's doing, man. So, is what it is. Alright, so we do go for this guy. I do pre-drop here, because we're definitely not going to be able to get a second strike, right? With a fighter on top. And we do discover that Chekhov does have his fighters as enhanced reactions. So they do latch on very quickly, so we definitely won't be able to get any type of second strike. We do get pretty good bomb drop on that one with 6 hits and 2 fires, but he is able to put that up in relatively short order. So yeah, it does burn a little bit, but he does put it out. We do take our rockets here to get the strike. Again, Lexington, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But yeah, just trying to get close to him, and I'm trying to get close to a rock too, to cut off an attack run, because Chekhov and Lexington torpedoes definitely need some leeway, some type of runway, I guess, is a better way to say it, in order to get strikes. Here, I just go straight for him because the fighter's there. Hit flak, but the key thing is let's just hit him and get him off the board now. So he does go down, and right now it's about getting this cap and surviving the CV fight. Yeah, so I try to, get a fighter somewhere intelligently. This one we just try and drop to clear out that enemy fighter. Because, yeah, and this is where I gotta start pausing. So, we drop that because we know enhanced reactions latches on quick, but it's not interceptor. So if it can latch onto my fighters, then that kind of clears my flight path so I can get to the Chekhalov faster. So that's kind of the point of that drop. Because I know they're not going to latch onto Chekhalov skips, right? So yeah, see how they latch? As soon as they latch, you're perfectly clear to fly through the red circle. There's no problem now. No concern at all with doing that. So now it's just focusing on 1CV as much as possible, putting fighters in correct places. So we do put that one there. That'll kind of, if you see, if torpedoes go at me, they'll have to go a little bit wider to get a decent drop. So that's the thought process there. Plus, if Lexington were to take out his HE dive bombers, they would have to, you know, fly around that a little bit more, as opposed to going straight at me that way. So fighter placement is absolutely huge, and it's not something you can just, like, you know, dick around on and fucking just drop it on top of your CV. That's not what you should be doing. Those fighters do latch on me, so, you know, I just have to drop and keep moving. We do want to drop another fighter here soon. But it looks like I don't drop it just yet. Or do I? I should pre-drop here. Do I? No. I just do the fighter right there, so I can catch something as it takes off from Chekhalov, potentially. And again, trying to make them go the long way. So we do get our strike here. Should have just pre-drop. I don't know why I'm watching this. Stupid. I think maybe I wasn't sure of the rockets and their damage capability versus the Chekhalov deck. I don't know. Waste. So this one, I see that they're coming this way. I'm not really thinking about trying to catch this guy, but if you saw, and we're going to back up a little bit, we are going to reposition our CV. So we are turning to point our bow towards where they're going to be coming from, mitigating damage right now. Just a quick small thing that I do, and we are trying to back up as fast as possible, so we show the minimum amount to those Lexington torpedoes, which hit pretty decently. So we are going to get our fighter out here. So we are now reducing Chekhalov's ability to get a nice wide strike. And look how many hits I take from this Chekhalov, and Lexington, for that matter. Only one skip. Only one. And the torpedo planes start getting shot down pretty hard. So because we mitigated, we do... How much damage do we take? One torpedo. So... very important to think about your positioning. We are trying to work on this guy as much as possible, so we get in our torpedo strikes out, drop, and go. So I'm turning the other way now. I'm trying to just create distance between me and what will be just Lexington soon. We do show full broadside to this Chekhalov right now, so you're going to see a critical mistake, and this is all about making the least amount of mistakes as much as possible. So Chekhalov, you know, he's got full broadside into me right now, so I have to eat that, unfortunately. And yeah, we are getting a nice, sick bomb hit on that guy with our bombers. We have our fighters out there. You know, or Implacable has some of the best AA when it comes to these CVs here at this tier, so something to keep in mind. We are turning hard, and we do use priority sector, and again, we're just turning hard as much as possible. Let's survive this stupid attack. I already know Chekhalov is dead, so right now it's just about defense for 20 fucking seconds. Chekhalov, here's his major mistake. He didn't take into account the time and my turning. He went wide. And if he had just gone straight, he would have gotten the broadside and would have been able to do the hit. So major mistake by him there. And for that reason, you lose. So it's all about reducing damage, mitigating damage, and thinking about your strikes before you take off, man. Because otherwise that'll cost you a win that you should have had. So there we go. 202k, 2 caps, 15 defense. Other Lexington could have done better. And we are about 50 points short of the highest PR in North America there. So, yeah, we were close. We were close, but it's all good. We did well. We did well. So yeah, hopefully that kind of helps you think about, CV play. It are very powerful, but it does take some thinking if you want to secure wins at those close of games. Here's the build real quick. So just quick pause. Pretty standard build there, with getting these 2 bonuses, these 2 especially. I take the flak reduction because your attack fighters are very good. Your rocket planes are very good at hunting DDs, but there are instances where they can hit flak walls when you try to strike the DDs when they're close to like cruisers or battleships. So because of that, I think it's very critical to take this because your planes are just so slow. You are going to take the flak, and torpedo reduction is very excellent as well. This captain's not up to par yet, just because it's implacable. I don't use it often. So hopefully that helped you out a little bit on kind of thinking about carriers and Implacable as well. I'll try and get more games of it, and more games to come, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. GG!